A couple things that I want to point out that maybe we didn't get to the last time, and this is like the third or fourth time we've had these meetings, and each time I take away something that I didn't get to. And it seems like we always got to that Row Info website, and everyone here is a little more experienced, so you probably use that website, but sometimes people are afraid of it. And just remember that if you want to check fabric availability or you want to look for catalog pages or everything, if you go to the www.rowinfo website, you're going to get asked for a username and a password, and you put in the 12231, which is your account number, okay? That is your user ID and your password. And you can check fabric availability under a label of reports, and you just click on reports, and it will give you the option of doing Row, Clayton Marcus, or Robin Bruce. And you can 12231.
So you use that for your username and your password?
Yes, both of them. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Get them in the system.
Yeah, and the stores use it all the time. And I get a lot of calls, you know, asking to check it, and that's what I do, or I'll call the girl at the factory if I have to too. But either way, and so once you get in with that user ID and password of 12231, then you can go ahead.
What was the website again?
www.rowinfo.com. And so once you get in there, there'll be a label that says reports, and you just click on that, and it gives you your fabric listings, and it'll give you a scroll down for Row, Robin Bruce, or Clayton Marcus, and you can look for your fabric. And it will say yes if we have 75 yards or more, okay? And we're delivering or making most things if the fabric's in stock in 30 days for you, and you're getting it in a 5 to 6 week time period. And so if you want to check that on a Saturday or weekend or whatever, as long as it says yes, you should be good. If it says no, that means we have less than 75 yards. So if it's just for pillows or one sofa or something, there's still a chance we can do it. I wouldn't give up on that order, but just call me and then we can check and see if the yardage is still there, okay? But it gives you a pretty easy answer. If the customer came in today and says, you know, I want something by August 15th for a whatever, we could check it and make sure. And if the fabric's in stock, we should have no problem with any of that, okay? The other thing I want to point out too is that in Row, you still have that extra pillow option, that you can get an extra set of pillows with anything, and you sell that for $100. Like this sofa here, you get the one set of pillows that's included, and then if they want an extra set, you just put XP for extra pillows, and you charge the customer $100 for that. That's mine. I didn't turn it off, I don't think. It's went off like 3 times and I keep forgetting. So anyway, the only stipulation is on the extra pillows is that it has to be the same size and the same dimensions as the existing pillows, okay? And that's, you know, when you go to buy an extra set of pillows after the fact, it's going to be $175 or whatever to the consumer, where if they buy it at the time they're buying the sofa, it's only $100, okay? And in Robin Bruce, it's $150. All right, so for you guys in this store, it's $100, or Brookfield, if there's anybody, it's $150 in Robin Bruce to do XP, and that's because the pillows are normally larger and they're always downfilled. Okay, where in Row they're more downfilled than not, but it's not consistent if it's an older style in the line. For most of you, this collection just hit your stores, I believe, and I think it's great because I don't think in a lot of the stores, a lot of the collections, we had something that really appealed to a younger customer. And so I think this really does appeal to that retro style customer. And I've had a pretty good track record on this sectional already. Wasn't sure how it was going to go, and it took off, and it's just really, really doing well. So I think you'll do really well with that. But I think it was important to have 2 groups so that the customer wasn't really narrowed down and only had a choice or 2. You know, we had that other button back sofa, and that was sold really well. It only got discontinued because it was the weakest of all the things that were selling well. So now we've got 2 groups that gives the customer some more choices. This is a collection we came out with in 1955 called Style Air, and we just remade it. Okay, there are new color brochures that I'm going to leave in the stores on my visits, and this gives you the Style Air collection here. And what's nice about this is it's a little bit better than some of the things that you see out there as far as presentation, but on the inside it also gives you all the other pieces that we would make that maybe would appeal to this customer. Okay, so if they're interested in something, this gives you a lot of other choices. Okay, in addition, then for the sectionals, all the other pieces are on the back. Okay, so I think it's a really nice presentation here. This sofa is called the Kempner, and it kind of has the biscuit outlining here the way it's seamed, and then it has the double button to the back. The legs are kind of floated to the inside of the frame, so it looks like the frame is actually floating. And then this chair is a really nice scale and nice style, so I can see somebody buying just a pair of these chairs as an accent in a room. The sofa is 85 inches in length, and again, all of our wood finishes go on all of the frames, and so you can do whatever finish you want here. This is also the same fabric that the Notting Hill is in over there, that the big 88-inch sofa. So if they're looking for another color, this is another option here, this lighter gray as well. You also are getting, this chair is called the Harris chair. It's really a highly visible chair in the market. There's a lot of stores that have this out, and they're selling this chair for about $2,000 to $3,000. I see it in a lot of higher-end contemporary stores. It has a wood base to the outside, and you can do any of our finishes on that. And so this chair will come in for this group here somewhat quickly, and it will complete how this looks, okay? But we'll sell this chair for probably around $9.99, which, if you look out there, it's probably half of what some of the higher-end modern houses are selling it for, okay? Also, this is a new ottoman that we introduced. It's called the Helena. You should like that.
There you go.
Yeah, and it has 8 nail heads on each leg. It's 20 by 20 by 20. And this is consistent with all of our accent pieces in that it's the same price no matter what fabric you choose. Okay, so your basic pages should just have one price at whatever this is marked, $329, and it'll be $329 in every fabric N through AA. Okay, and then again, you can do all of the wood finishes on that. It doesn't. You have to do brass or pewter, but you have to take the nail heads. Okay. This sectional is really cool in that it's shown here in this picture with a bumper on the end of it, and it has, you can do the bumper on either side, or you can put an arm on one side and a bumper and put the wedge in it. And I left some of these out here, and all the schematics are on the other side. I think this measures the way we see it here. It measures 98 by 98, the way it sits there. But if you put the wedge in it, we're about 108 by 108. Okay, if you put a love seat on the ends and then put a wedge in there, so it's about 10 inches larger. But you can use the bumpers, and I'm getting a lot of calls for people who want bumpers. So, I think you will sell this quite well. This has been a really good piece for me so far. The buttons on the seat cushions are also on the back or on underneath, so it is consistent that we went the extra mile to put the buttons there. We've been making button seats for a long time, and in our Rob and Bruce line most specifically, and we've had no issues with them, so don't worry about it. Some people are asking me, like, is there issues with that? I've had none. Okay, we have a chair called the Architect, which is in the Rob and Bruce line probably for the last 5 or 6 years, and there's been no issues. So it is well made, and it will keep it, the buttons will stay in place. The other thing is, this has a sofa off of it too, called the Brady here, that's 85 inches. So you have the Kempner over here with this shape with a little wing to the back. We've got the sectional over here. And then if somebody else wants another sofa to choose from, you've got this sofa here too. Notice that the sofa has a kidney pillow and a toss pillow. It doesn't have a set of toss pillows. Okay, so you get 2 different fabric choices, but this is the way it comes, okay? You can't just get it with toss pillows. It comes with 1 toss and 1 kidney pillow. The kidney pillow, I think, adds to the retro kind of look to the piece. So on this piece here, you get the 2 toss pillows and a kidney pillow, and over here you get the toss pillow and a kidney pillow. If you do the wedge gets a large toss pillow and a smaller toss pillow, but no kidney pillow. So you can really dress it up with 5 or 6 different pillows if you do it in different configurations. Okay. This chair is also a very popular chair, and this is part of that chair program at $649. Your basic pages should show you that the chair is $649 in any fabric that we have. Okay, which is, I think this is a double A grade anyway, so this is the top of our fabric selection. And this velvet here comes in about 6 colors. I know purple is a really hot color these days, and it has the purple there that's on the pillows. Okay, so one thing I want to point out, you know that we do have a few fabric restrictions. Because of that button right there on that back, we wouldn't put a stripe on that because it would get kind of not matching very well with the buttons. But it does take a non-matched pattern on it. The non-matched patterns are the ones that come only 54 inches wide. They're up the roll fabrics, and it will say NM on them, and there are maybe a dozen or so over there. And they're not very restrictive, but they don't go on things that have just like a one-piece back. Okay, like your Easley sofa, which is the curved one that has the one-piece back. So you couldn't use an NM fabric because I have to have a seam someplace. Okay. And that is, like this fabric here is an NM right here. It'll say NM non-matched, and that means it's only 54 inches wide. This does not take NM fabrics because that bench seat and that back are over 54 inches. So it's a little restriction. It's not a big deal, but I want to point it out to you because you can put a stripe on here. It will match the stripes just fine, but it won't take the NM patterns, okay? And I always want to point that out because I hate when I see an order come through and then we can't make the order for you. All right, so I want to point it out to you ahead of time. There's a new collection that they bought for 10 stores, and it will be coming in the first part of September. And I think it's going to be wonderful. It's part of Row, and it's a kind of where you can choose different backs and arms and legs, which we've done really well with the Clayton Marcus sofa. I mean, that sofa over there continues to be the #1 selling sofa in your assortment from us, even though you've got a lot more Row. And then this sofa happens to be the second most popular sofa, but you know, it's been really good. So I think this is really going to up the stakes with what Row offers for you. And so there's going to be 3 different style ingredients. You see this, there's going to be 2 backs. There's either going to be a knife edge welted back or a box welted back. They're both going to be loose pillow, okay? There won't be anything tight or semi-attached, but both the backs are going to be loose. Then you're going to have a skirt option, and this has a rolled arm. Okay, this collection is called My Style, and we're in the process of making this now. That had the rolled arm. This has a box back with an English style arm, and it shows here with a tapered leg. And then this here is the third arm. You have the rolled arm, the English arm, and then this is a track arm. Okay, and this has the tapered leg with the boxed back. So in this collection, there's going to be a new cushion, and it's called the plush cushion. It's a bigger cushion. It has a much bigger crown. There's more micro deniers of Dacron inside, and all the cushions in this collection are going to be bagged. So most of the Row cushions right now are not bagged, and so this whole collection will have bigger cushions that will all be bagged. And this cushion is called the plush cushion, and if it has that cushion in it, it'll going to have that construction in the back too. All the backs are going to be around 39 inches high. So the cushions are going to be bigger and the backs are going to be higher. In addition to that, all the outsides are going to be fully padded. So you're going to be able to press on the sides and it'll all be totally padded. Okay? This cushion we're calling the plush cushion, and it will be standard in everything in here. Also, as part of these collections of whichever arm you use, you will also have sectionals off of every one of them. So this is like this has the turned leg, it has a Charles or the English arm, and it has the knife edge welted back. And then here's a track arm that's a sectional right here with the tapered leg and the boxed back. So you're going to have 3 arms, rolled, English, or track. You'll have 2 different backs, and then you'll have a skirt, a turned leg, or the tapered leg. And all of those can be mixed and matched. Okay? Now, the thing that's really going to be cool, though, in my opinion, is that The English arm sofa is going to be, no matter which arm you use, the inside arm to inside arm measurements are always the same. So the English arm sofa is 80 inches from outside to outside, and the track arm is 81 inches outside to outside, and the rolled arm is 84 to 84 outside to outside. Okay? All three of those sofas, though, can be 10 inches bigger. So the English is now available at 80 or 90, the track is available at 81 or 91, and the rolled is 84 or 94. Now also, whichever way you do that, you have the choice of having that sofa as a 2 cushion or a 3 cushion. So it gives you more flexibility with that. You can see right here that like this is the rolled arm, but it's 94 inches with 2 cushions. Okay, so whichever way you do it, you can do it different sizes. And then also,
How high is the back on this?
38, 39 I think. 38. So they're bigger, higher back. I mean, your Brentwood is 36, and we sell that really well. So we wanted to make these sofas bigger, more plush, you know, offer a little bit more. So you're going to be probably at $11.99 to $13.99, depending on whether you do the 84 inch or the 94 or the 80 inch or the 90 inch. Okay, and you'll also see that this one on this down here has nail heads, and you can add brass or pewter nail heads to any piece, and you'd sell it for $70. Okay, whichever way they do it on sofas or chairs or anything. Also, every collection, no matter how you do it, the chair will be a chair and a half. All the chairs will measure around 42 or 43 inches, and they'll all have a toss pillow. So we've really put a lot into this, but the thing that I think really makes it even better is that we have ordered for 10 stores these kiosks right here that are about the size of a commercial freezer. And they're, if you order the plush cushion, which is going to be the standard cushion, the back will be plush and the seat will be plush, okay? But in this kiosk, you will have all 3 backs and all 3 seats. So if no matter which style you have on the floor, if the customer says, well, I'd like to have the firm cushion, you'll be able to go over to this kiosk, pull the firm back, pull the firm seat, put on there and say, sit on it. Okay?
Can you do it like a firm seat and a plush back?
No.
Okay.
If you do firm, you get firm, firm, plush, plush, and down, down, okay? Now, the firm and the plush are the same price, which makes it even better. Because if you're going to have the sofa at $11.99, let's say the 81-inch track arm sofa is in the plush cushion, but they want something firmer, go put the firm back, firm seat on it. They like it, same price, done. Okay, so you'll also you'll have a down back, down back, down seat, plush back, and firm seat, firm back. Okay, and this is really cool because you'll have this signage right here, but then also this thing is on wheels, and on each side of it is signage that shows my style. I mean, it's a walking billboard, and it has all your different leg choices, your back choices, and your arm choices.
So Gary, is that something that we're going to be using?
September 2nd. Yeah. So I just wanted to point it out because it's going into all 10 stores. This isn't going to be a small deal. This is going to be huge. And I think that the 3 main categories that we came out with is this Style Air, which I think is a need for the stores because it gives you the looks that you have. But I know we've done really well with the Clayton Marcus and the My Style or the Suit Yourself and things like that. So this is just going to give you a lot more choices with what's coming in here. Okay? Yes?
Gary, can you include the extra firm cushion if a customer, like now we get some of our older.
That's what this firm cushion is.
So the firm is the extra
It's,
firm?
yes, it's really firm.
So what do you call, what's in here now?
That's just the 1.8 density foam Dacron wrap cushion, which is what we call our 300cc cushion. Your extra firm option would be the white one that's on the blue over there. No, this is even firmer.
Firmer than the white one?
Just by a little bit. In my opinion, it's just a little bit. That's what they told
So
us.
that will be replacing that in essence too.
I don't know if that's true. I mean, they're somewhat comparable, but I think the reason why this might have sat more firm for me is because the back is also firm. You know, where in that one you don't do that. You just put the firm in the seat and then that's it. Okay? Where this here will have the firm in the back as well. Okay? So that's coming in. I mean, the company really got behind this, and it's going into 10 stores. And with that kiosk, I think it'll make it really easy for you to just whip on off for the customer. They sit in and they got it right away. The Robin Bruce things over here too. Are there any other questions before I move on too far? Please remember too that like on this chair right here, this is part of the chair program too. So your basic pages should say that this chair is $769 in any fabric. I think you find that to be true, right? That's a plaid and stripe pattern. It matches over the arm, it matches over the back. It's really well done. And you know, a lot of people don't do that in our price range or a little bit less. So, you know, make sure that if the customer is using a pattern that says plaid and stripe, that plaid and stripe is going to be matched over the arms, over the back, all the way around. And so I think it's important that we talk about that. Because I think we do a pretty good job of it for that price piece. Okay, same thing over here is that if it's $649, you can take any of the stripe patterns on this, but again, for a chair for, you know, $649, and sometimes you're even less than that depending on what sale you're running, to be able to have this all match. If they decide that they're going to go out and shop, make a point that it is going to be matched, because wherever they go, they're probably not going to find something as well done as this is. Okay, I wanted to talk about this a little bit because there's some people in this group that have, or are obviously in this store and have this collection. But Robin Bruce is a little bit of an extension of Rowe, and what it's done for us, and I hope that we can roll this out to a few more stores, is that Rowe has about 600 fabrics, but Robin Bruce has about another 350 to 400. So we just put an additional almost 400 fabrics over there on their wall, and what that helps you do is the Robin Bruce fabrics and the Rowe fabrics go on each other's lines. Okay, so Rowe goes on Robin Bruce goes on Rowe. So now we got almost 1,000 fabrics between the two lines. In addition, the Robin Bruce fabrics also go on Clayton Marcus. So Clayton Marcus has about 700 fabrics plus the 1,000 between Rowe and Robin Bruce. You've got almost 2,000 fabrics to sell over there. So we have a lot of built up fabric choices. But Robin Bruce is an extension of Rowe in that I think the styles get a little bit more detailed, a little bit more eclectic. I think that you look at this button back, and we hand do all this, you know, where some people will just sew a seam in here and it's not really actually hand pleated, where we actually hand pleat the whole thing. This is called the Stevens sofa. In Robin Bruce, everything goes by name. You won't have like the Varick sofa over there's the N260. No, this is just the Stevens sofa. That's what it is, okay? You also see it's kind of a unique leg. It's a shape that you don't see that much of, and it's kind of consistent with Robin Bruce doing things just a little bit differently. It also has the double-edged arm here with the welting separating it, and these are all down pillows as well, okay? And they're really heavy, almost medicine ball type of heft to them. This sofa is 92 inches as a 3-seat. It's also available as an 80-inch 2-seat, and there's an 84-inch 3-cushion sleeper available. So you have 3 different sizes to sell off of this. 2 are sofas and 1 is the sleeper. Okay. In addition, this is a 43-inch width chair, which is really, really nice. The main difference in this too from Rowe is that this is a down blended cushion is standard in these styles. So not only does the style category kind of take itself away from the Rowe look, but also the cushioning does. It's a 1.8 density foam core cushion, but then there's down, feathers, and fiber that are blown into a bag, and that gives you a really soft look. And when the customers sit in this, I think it just sits really, really great. And that's the main difference. But right now, you can't pick up a magazine at Barnes & Noble for some decorating or some kind of trade paper like that and not see this sofa, probably in the first 15 pages. Okay, so it's a really hot look. You don't have this covered at all in your stores, and I think the gray has been a really popular color, so we should do really well with this. In addition, I think there is a trend now towards people wanting wing chairs. They just don't want grandma's wing chair. And so this is a really cool, more modern look of a wing chair. It has the stretcher base there. The nail head is available, brass or pewter. I believe this is called the Miller chair. And one thing I wanted to point out too is that this sofa is shown in an R grade. So you know how row starts at an N, it goes to Q and then to R. So if a customer picked an N grade on this, we may sell this for $1,500. Okay, so know that we didn't go to the starting prices on these sofas. So you have a little room towards the bottom. Very, very true of these chairs. I don't know what this chair is going to be. I can't remember the price, but you might be, let's say, $12.99 on this chair just because it's on the higher grade of things. But know that it's probably could start at $8.99 or $9.99 even, because that's a very high grade of fabric. Okay, so know you have some room, but the sitting on it is really, really good. The cushioning, this is in the Robin Bruce package, it calls this, the Lisa is the standard cushion. That's the solid core with the down blended fibers wrapped around it. Okay, if your customer doesn't want down, okay, the next cushion here's the Susan, and that's basically the row cushion. The only difference is it'll be bagged, okay, because we feel at this price point the core should be bagged, so this isn't all bagged down cushion. But if they want something firmer or they're allergic to down, just order the Susan cushion, okay. If you don't say anything, you're going to get the Lisa cushion, but if you put the Susan cushion, you'll get rid of the down, okay. And then if they want even a softer seat, you can go to the Katie, and that's an upcharge. The Susan is not an upcharge, it's the same price. Whether you do the down, which is standard here, the Lisa, or you do the Susan, it's the same price. And then the Katie is, what the Katie does is it takes the poly fibers out of the down mix, so you have the solid core and then all down and all feathers. It's going to make it much softer, okay, and less constructed. But that is an option if they want something that sits even softer.
But that's more expensive.
It is. It's some on a sofa is going to be about $240 more. They're not. They're the sinuous wire. They're the 8-gauge steel spring in the seat.
Gary, going back to the chair, Robin Bruce is not the same as the accent chairs on our floor from Row.
That's correct.
That's priced per grade.
That's right. Yeah, your accent chairs in Row are the same price no matter what fabric you choose. In Robin Bruce, they do go by grade. I believe this is a CC fabric, which is the higher part of the fabrics. So this is there'd be quite a bit of difference to the downside if they wanted to pick up a solid plain fabric or something like that. Okay. This is called the Cindy collection over here, which this, you know, I was talking about that new My Style program and those backs being really high. This is those backs are like 38, 39 inches high. That's what this is, and this has this has the standard Lisa cushion, which is the down blended fibers around the solid core. Same type of construction in the back, so you get a really nice soft seat on this. All your cushions are all down filled. We did add a contrast welt on this. One of the things that you're able to do is that this would come with a tapered leg as well. So you have that option to do tapered or turned leg on this. Also, excuse me, there is a collection, it's called the Cindy collection here. It shows this as a slipcover because you can do this sofa and sectional as slipcovers. But on the inside, it will show you that you have the sofa option, you have a matching chair option, and then there's also a matching swivel chair. If they want to do a nice big swivel chair, you can do that as well. Okay, and then you have the slip cover with the same story with the swivel chair here, then the leg sofa, and then the slip cover sectional as well. It does also have the tapered leg option. One thing also on it is
Hey Gary, does the Cindy come without the contrast piping? Can you get it without?
Yes, I was just going to get to that. One thing I wanted to point out, because I told you about the chair and having a lot more movement towards the lower prices on the fabrics, is that the other thing on this sectional, the piping added about $300 to the price of it. But we showed it that way in our showroom, and everyone liked the way it looked. But just understand that at what you'd sell it at, that's about a $300 option. Okay, so if your customer's price conscious, the main thing is to get them to sit in this stuff because it sits really, really, really good. I mean, with the high back and then that down, it's just really, really awesome, I think. And this is what I have in my house, and I just think it's great. I've had it for about a year and a half, and you just kind of melt into it with the height of the back and that. So I think it's really a nice way to relax. Something I wanted to point out too is that this is, like I said, is in magazines. You see it everywhere. This is as well. This is called the Brook chair. And I wanted to get this on the floors because you'll see this in magazines all the time. The scale of this chair is great for women. I can watch my lady customers come into our showroom and they just kind of melt into this chair. It's a little smaller, but its proportion terrific. And with that down seat and the down back, like I said, you just kind of melt in there. It has the English arm, which is really popular. But one of the things is, it has the caster, and you can do a brass caster or a pewter caster leg on it, or you can do just a turn leg. So if your customer says, I don't, you know, I hear all the time, I don't want the wheels. Well, you don't have to get the wheels. Just say you want a turn leg, and that gets rid of the wheels. Okay. On this sofa, let's see. There is 2 different sizes of sofas on this here. There is an 86-inch 3-cushion sofa, and there's a 78-inch 2-cushion sofa. And so, well, I don't know that this style goes so great with this, but I wanted to get this on the floor because this is such a popular style, and we've got a lot of options with different sizes of sofas on it. And then also we just made a sectional off of this too. So this will come as a sectional as well. And then it also comes slip covered here with the caster leg, and then we just made a chaise off of it too. So this one chair lets you sell 2 different sizes of sofas, a slip cover sofa, a sectional, and a chaise. So that's why I thought it was important to get this on the floor. And like I said, you don't have to have the caster leg if they choose not to. Are there any questions on any of this then at all? Yeah, they're exactly the way Rowe is in that they all have the connectors. Okay. They're all standard. That's all of our Rowe sectionals are standard with connectors no matter what. When you get with the Robin Bruce fabrics, they are graded like Rowe is, that they go from N to AA. And then as we were kind of going through the training the last couple times on my visits, Robin Bruce has 3 grades of fabric that go above the AA. There's a CC, an HH, or an MM grade, okay? And those are all priced in your Rowe book. They're priced in your Robin Bruce book. There's no place you'll find it. It's there, okay? The only difference in when you work with a Rowe sofa, if you were going to sell one of those new sofas and the sofa was, you know, in an N grade and it might be $1,000, is that when you use the 3 higher grades as pillows, it's $75 to do that, okay? And you'll see those 3 higher grades are all marked platinum. So you can't miss it, okay? So if you're dealing with a pillow fabric on a Rowe piece, on Clayton Marcus or Robin Bruce, it doesn't matter. The pillows are included no matter what they are. But if it's a Rowe piece and it says platinum, that means it's of the highest Robin Bruce grade of fabric. It's $75. Okay, and it says that in your pricing book anyway, but that's just something that I want to bring to your attention. So all 3 of the higher grade fabrics say platinum on them. Okay. We were selling this really well, and I like to always point out that on these pieces, you know, the connectors are standard right here. It's all metal. You don't have to request it or special order. We do send it that way, and they do keep things in shape and in place really well. The one nice thing too is that when we do these chaises like this, the zipper is hidden. So if your customer wants to float this someplace out in a bedroom or something like that, we've hidden so the zipper actually starts around the corner. So as you...
I did.
All right, I got something today. I think I might have explained it last time, but it just depends on the group and how far I get. But every one of our chaises on sectionals is like this. Okay, so they extend the zipper up into the ear of the piece up here, and then they can hide it down here, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, it's not necessarily consistent with the armless pieces, but that's true of any of the sectionals here. The other thing is, I think you may know that this sectional would come as it sits here with 3 pillows normally, but on the chaise they put the XP option, so you got the 2 orange pillows as the additional piece. Okay, so that's how we got where we're at with the 5 pillows here is included on the extra set on the chaise. Okay, and then of course you know that we have the extra firm cushion over here on the blue chair. So it gives you the ability to show that. Know that on this right now we don't change the backs. It's just the extra firm goes in the seat, and that's how it is. Also, I always try to point out that the Brentwood sectional, the Dalton in the red and this blue are all the same piece. Just one's a 3 cushion, one's a 2 cushion, and the sectional. So I get calls a lot of times. Someone will say, "Does a Dexter come as a sectional?" I say, "Yeah, it's a Brentwood. They're just different names." So we have that ability to do that.